All right. Well, I am here. I'm Stacey Stoffer, everybody, with today's bonus buy, and already 2,000 orders have been placed for Lono Life bone broth. This is bone broth made the old-fashioned way, but unlike maybe some of the jarred or container bone broth you find in the supermarket, this is bone broth made on the go. Individual packets. For the first time ever, we're doing a 30 count that'll come in these nice resealable bags. You have your choice of the two best-selling flavors. You could do the bone broth in the chicken, which is the number one seller, or you could do the bone broth in the beef, which happens to be my personal favorite. We are more limited in the beef. There's fewer than 700 to go around, and once it is gone, these 30 packs, I don't know when they'll come back, if they'll come back. So if you're already a big fan of the brand, and with more than, I think, 2.5 million packets sold just here at QVC, you are fans. I would stock up on this now, because look at this value. It is at today's bonus buy. So $46.75, again, for 30 packets. Your item number is M82533. Again, you're choosing if you want the 30 in the all chicken, or you could do 30 in the all beef. And there is a combo if you can't make up your mind, which is usually the case uh, for me. And then if you do the combo, you'll get 15 of the chicken, 15 of the beef. But right now, I can tell you the chicken's already really, really popular and wonderful. And I think there's really no better time to either try bone broth from Lono Life now because it's cold. Let's face it, this is one of our favorite things in our house to sip on in the afternoon when it's cold at night because we don't want a warm cup of coffee or tea. We just want something a little bit more nourishing because that's what bone broth brings you: warmth, soothing, nourishment. 50 calories per serving. And all you need to do is what I'm doing right here. You pop a pouch in your favorite cup or mug, and you add about 8 to 10 ounces of hot water. And you're going to get 10 grams of protein in this beautifully delicious, savory broth because Lono Life makes it the old fashioned way. And that is simmering the bones for more than 35 hours, along with fresh vegetables, and then adding a special blend of herbs. And those herbs are rosemary, thyme, sage, black pepper. They use sea salt in the recipe, and even a little bit of the chicory root, which gives us this like warm, in depth flavor. And it's really, truly amazing when you think about it because you're drinking a warm hug. It's nourishing. And that's really kind of how this all started. It was a brand born out of love. Our founder, Paul, created this for his wife, Irene, who became ill, and she needed something that was going to be very easy to drink, easy to eat. It had to be nourishing for her, it had to be easy to digest, and it had to be soothing. So he decided to start this company to bring bone broth, but then make it portable and easy to take with you. So you can keep these in your gym bag at your desk at the office. You can travel with these, and you don't have to worry about refrigeration, using it up in a couple of days because most of the bone broths out there, if it's in a jar or container, once you open it, if you use a cup and drink it, you've got to, use it within the next 5 to 7 days because it's going to spoil. These are shelf stable for 2 years. But let me talk to you about the recipe. First, I'll go with the chicken. Again, that is the number one bestseller. In the chicken, these bones come from ethically raised, US raised, free range chickens. Okay. And again, those bones, along with some fresh vegetables, are simmered for 35 hours. And then the broth is seasoned with rosemary, sage, that thyme I told you about, black pepper, and the sea salt and the chicory root. And it really just is this very savory, satisfying chicken flavor, with all those great herbs. It's almost like I feel like sometimes I sip on it and I can taste a little bit of Thanksgiving because of the rosemary and sage. Those are herbs that we're cooking with, and we love to make, stuffing and mashed potatoes and, all our great food with. That's in your bone broth. So it's so satisfying. It's not something I find it very filling. It's not something that when you're done with a cup, you're like, okay, I'm still hungry. So it really is that perfect thing for you for that afternoon snack attack. Instead of hitting the vending machine at the office where it's going to be a bag or a box of empty calories, and then maybe some regret afterwards. You're going to get 10 grams of protein by drinking this. You're going to feel soothed and satisfied. There's no sugar, only 50 calories, whether you choose beef, and it's gluten free. There's also no MSG, no soy. It's dairy free, and if you're following a high protein diet, if you're doing paleo, if you're doing keto, bone broth is a must. And now with Lono Life, you're getting all that delicious flavor because of the recipe, but also the ability to take it on the go. So I told you about the chicken, but I want to tell you a little bit more about the beef because that one tends to be my favorite. And I'll tell you then and show you actually my favorite thing to do with the beef. So in the beef is again, coming from US raised cattle, ethically raised, and they're grass fed cattle. And those bones, again, are simmered for 35 hours, uh, along with fresh veggies. And then the same seasonings that I was telling you about in the chicken. So you have rosemary, you have sage, again, black pepper is added, sea salt um, for you, and that chicory root, which people are like, what's chicory root? That It really just tastes, kind of warm and earthy, so it's really, really good. So it's got more oomph than a regular beef broth that you buy in a can. Like, you're really gonna taste the depth of flavor, and that's why I love the beef. And again, you just take 1 packet to 8 to 10 ounces of water, I guess however big your mug is, right? And you fill it up, and you just got something that's warm and soothing. On these bitter cold days, there was a huge snow squall that blew through here when I was on in the kitchen with Mary. It came out of nowhere because it was super sunny. And now we have snow all over the ground again. Um, really cold. So this is perfect to sip on those days. Also, when we're feeling under the weather and not feeling our best, this is easy to make. Again, something that you can sip on to help soothe your soul. Now, chicken's very popular. Again, you could do all 30 in the chicken. The beef, which is our most limited, you could do all 30 in the beef. Or if you're going to try this for the first time, no better time. You're getting today's bonus buy price at $46.75. And you can do the combo. So then you can get 15 of the chicken and 15 of the beef. And my producer just tells me right now, Aaron says that combo, super, super popular. Again, this value is great. And if you look at it per serving, because you're getting 30, and this is the first time we've been able to offer a 30 count in the chicken or the beef. If what was I saying? I just had like, does it ever happen to you? You're talking, and, like, your thought is rolling off your tongue and then just disappears.